Hello again and welcome back to Scott and Wanda's.
Well, hello everybody. It is very cold.
On this,
It was really foggy not long ago.
So today is Valentine's Day. We're off this week, Wanda.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And I thought something a bit, something different,
Yeah.
but quite not. You're not looking forward to this, are you?
No.
But something different. I've got a list of 20
I'm
questions.
doing it for you.
Valentine's Day, Wanda. Happy Valentine's.
Happy, yeah,
Happy Valentine's Day, my love.
Happy Valentine's
How long?
Day.
Oh no, it's one of the questions I can't answer. So we've got 20 questions. Well, I've got 20 questions.
You want me to answer 20 questions?
On your own in the shed, answering questions. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to piece it together.
I don't want to be alone in the shed.
So
It's weird talking to the camera.
I'm not going to be in here while you're answering the questions, and then I'm going to come and record my own answers, and I'm going to put it together as a Valentine's video.
Oh.
'Cause I thought that'd be quite nice,
Okay.
although you don't actually think it will be. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and I'm hoping you enjoy. I'm hoping you'll settle in and you'll quite enjoy it as well.
Yeah.
And you can go to as much detail as you like, or as little detail as you like. It might just be me talking for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, happy Valentine's Day to all of you people out there. If you celebrate it, if you don't, some people think it's just a marketing ploy these days.
It probably is.
And it probably
but
is.
it's just, I don't know, sometimes it's nice to do. Some people don't have to do it and they don't want to. And
We're going to have a nice quiet...
Sometimes it's funny. We heard on the radio the other day about Valentine's Day, and a husband and wife actually split up a few years later after she received a Valentine's Day card and it wasn't from him. So in the back of his mind he thought something was going on.
For the next office party, it said in the card, didn't it?
Yeah, or something.
And she
it was
never
something to do with work. She never found out
who it was, but it split them up.
But it actually ruined their relationship.
Well, for the people that don't know, I actually got you a Valentine's card off of Moonpig.
Yeah.
Didn't check it thoroughly.
Yeah,
and what did it? No, he didn't. And what did it say on it, Wanda?
Sophie. Nice, isn't it?
So yeah, I remember
all the care and attention.
I've probably still got that video of who's Sophie.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know Wanda is absolutely petrified.
Spoiled today, doesn't he?
Yeah, something like that. And we're gonna have a nice.
I've got a little bit of cold, by the way, so that's why I'm not as energetic as he is right now.
We're gonna have a nice, quiet,
cold.
Nice in the shed, night in the shed. Leah's gonna cook our dinner.
Yeah, Leah wants to cook it. Bless her heart.
So happy Valentine's Day to everyone out there.
Yeah,
hope you enjoy the video.
Hope you have a nice day anyway, or try to. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Scott's gave me a long list of questions that he wants me to answer, so I will try my best because I'm not very good on the spot with questions. I know he's not saying it, but I'm reading it. So he's put together some questions for Valentine's Day. I'm going to answer them and he's going to answer them. So the first one he has said is, how did you meet? We met in Wetherspoons, in the Wetherspoons pub. Near to where we live.
We met in the universally agreed best pub in Portsmouth, the Sir John Baker. It's a Wetherspoons.
Which is quite nice because when we do go in for a drink, we reminisce of which table as well and things like that. So that's quite nice. So yeah, we met in Wetherspoons through mutual friends actually.
On a day that Wanda calls Weirdo Day. So I was with friends, she was with her friend, and I was sat talking to Mark, Tracy and Phil when Wanda and her friend another Tracy came over, and I think I had my back to them. I turned around and I was like, who's that? And thought, she's quite nice. And it went from there really. She tells me that we had a conversation that day. I don't remember it.
Number 2, first proper date. Well, it was quite difficult to kind of say a first proper date because we got talking, even though he said he didn't want to know.
A couple of times we met up. I was slightly inebriated, shall I say. So we had no firm plans to meet up.
So I said, "Oh, we'll be friends then," because he was going through a messy time in divorce and things like that, and he basically told me he didn't want to know, so he'll say different.
So she said, "Do you want to meet up?" But I'd been in Spoons for ages, so it. I said, "Yeah, I said, that'd be really nice." But two things: one, I looked like a bag of shite. No change there, but I was about 4 stone lighter then. And also, I have had a few to drink. So
We have this debate all the time. He just wanted to be friends. So by the end of a week of talking, he said, "Did you want to meet for a natter?" A natter. A natter. I was like, okay. So we met for a drink at Spoons again. So just to get talking, and I thought, I actually really like this guy, so I don't think we can stay friends.
she said that doesn't matter. So she came along. She couldn't get into. We were going to meet up at another pub along the road, but she didn't have any ID with us, so they wouldn't let her in. And so ended up going back to Spoons and there for a couple of hours, and then she got up and went home.
So I actually left the evening early, actually, just to go home, because I just thought, yeah, there's no point. I really like him. I can't really see us being friends because I will want it more. And yeah, so we kind of met up then a little bit, but not. It was odd because part of it was and part of it weren't. So, because I was seeing it as we're meeting up as friends, and afterwards he was thinking other ideas. Would we like to meet up again and things like that? And I'm like, well, you don't really want to know because of the situation you're in.
So the first 2 times we met up, as I said, I was slightly the worse for wear, and I sent her a message saying, "Oh, we along the line." I can't remember. She'll probably put me right on this. Better memory than I'll ever have, for all the wrong reasons. We agreed that we'd go out on a proper date. Now I said to her, "I'll take you out for a meal." I think we can all agree that Wanda is a very classy, elegant lady. Very beautiful lady, and I just thought, looking at her, she's high maintenance. That's going to cost me a bit of money. So, to be fair, nothing could be further than the truth. You know, when you make a judgment on someone, Wanda is the least high maintenance person I've ever met in my whole life. But anyway,
So the following week I went there with my friends and he was there. So yeah, and we met up after our friends had left. So we kind of did our own thing that evening and had a couple of drinks on our own. So I would say that was the first. No, I don't know actually.
I said to her, "I'll take you out for a meal. Where would you like to go?" I'm thinking she's going to pick somewhere really expensive. I'm dreading it. Going through divorce, spending money like it's water through a sieve. And she says to me,
He's right. Don't tell him that. Don't tell him he was right. Yeah, so I say the first proper date, he said, "Right, I'm going to take you out for dinner. Let's go out for dinner." I was like, "Okay." He goes, "You can choose wherever you want to go." And I love a roast dinner, so Toby Carvery it was. So cheap date, yay!
could remember thinking, get in. Get in. Not the fact that it's Toby Carvery, it's cheap. It's just cheap. So we went for a Toby Carvery. I can't remember if we went to the Golden Hind for a drink before or after or both. She'll set me straight on that. But I let her win at pool. So either way, it was good. It was a good first date.
Age difference. There's 6 years between us.
What's the age difference between you? 6 years. I'm not going to give her her age away. That is not for a man to do, and you should never tell a woman's age. So yeah, but it's a 6 years difference between us.
Married. We are now married. We've been married for 1 year now. Well, nearly a year. Next month.
Yes, we are married. We got married on March the 19th, 2022. So we're coming up for our first year anniversary. It should have been the year before, but unfortunately, due to COVID, we had to postpone it. So yeah, we would have been married 2 years. We had a not wedding day for the COVID time. So we got married in the Square Tower down in Old Portsmouth, and we went down there on the day we were due to get married. I think we could have got married at that point, but I think it was like 4 people. So we decided to postpone it by a year, which worked out really well because our first text message was on the March the 18th, and we got married on March the 19th. Different years, obviously. So yeah, there's a nice bookend. Excuse me, with that little bit of a story, which is quite nice. Time you've been together. Well, you've been together. I better get this right, haven't I?
Time you've been together, 6 years, nearly. Yeah, next month, 6 years. Would you believe?
It's 6 years on. I suppose. Where do I go from? Well, let's go from March the 18th. So yeah, we've been together for 6 years on March the 18th, and yeah, it's been a roller coaster. Good times, bad times, some pretty horrific times as well. Both incredibly broken people, but end up. I described us as a jigsaw puzzle that's constantly trying to be repaired. So you're sticking bits into the jigsaw puzzle while other bits are falling off, and I think that describes me and Wanda quite nicely. But we do get on sometimes.
Kids, I've got 2. He has 1. Sadly, we don't see. Hopefully, one day. Won't go into that side of things.
Kids, we got 3 kids between us. We got Chantel as the oldest, who I'm going to get this wrong. I think she's 25 in a couple of weeks' time. You got Leah, who's just turned 18, and they're Wanda's kids. And I've got my son Archie, who's 16 in April, who sadly I don't see through no fault of my own. I'm not going to go into that one, but
yeah, Chantel and Leah, our lovely Chantel and Leah, and we got Archie as well, which is from Scott.
People say that having stepchildren can be really difficult. I've never found that. I've been very, very lucky with the 2 girls in this house that treat me really, really well, and I couldn't be luckier than to have those girls in my life. Hopefully at one point Archie will come back into our lives. He's always welcome.
Who was interested first? I caught him and I thought, oh, he's quite nice, but I just assumed he was married.
Oh, that's a difficult one, isn't it? I guess probably that'll be joint.
And because I've not seen him before in the pub, so I just assumed he was married and didn't think anything was going to come off it.
Because I know Wanda was asking her friend about me, and I know I was asking my friends about Wanda. So I'm assuming it's probably a joint thing.
So it was probably me noticing him first, I'd say.
And then the first time that we met up, and I was a bit pickled. I did tell her about my life. I was a bit worried about telling her, but one of my friends had already pre-warned her what a car crash my life was at the time. So Wanda was aware of what was going on, which was nice, really, because it made things slightly easier for me and in my life. And I make no bones about the fact that if I hadn't met Wanda, I don't think I'd be here. She was very patient with me, and I can never be more grateful for that.
Who's taller? He is definitely taller than me. I'm just little.
Taller, well, it isn't Wanda. Wanda comes up to about. I think I'm about 5'11", 5'10", 5'11". A man's 5'10", 5'11".
When I wear heels though, I'll catch up with him, but that's a very rare thing. So I'm getting old now, can't do heels anymore.
I think Wanda's 5'5", 5'6", something like that. Like 5'4", 5 foot. I think she just comes up to about here on me. So yeah, I'm taller than Wanda.
Who said I love you first? I'm sure it was him.
I've got a feeling it was me.
Yeah, I'm sure it was him first.
But it might have been Wanda. I don't know. I don't know what she said. I don't know what she said in these because obviously I've set her in here, and she's very nervous. So I hope you've been kind to her. But I've got a feeling I said it first. It's the sort. It does sound like the sort of thing I'd do.
Most impatient, definitely him. Oh my god. Yeah, he's very impatient.
Yeah, me. Terrible. Terribly impatient. Wanda has her moments, but yeah, that's me. That's me all day long. I can be horrendous. If I want something, it has to be there and then. And if I don't get it, I can be quite sulky and moody. But don't let her know that I've said that.
He's like 0 to 60, man. Jesus.
Most sensitive, that's Wanda.
I'm the most sensitive, I'd say. I take a lot of things to heart.
Absolutely every day of the week. Wanda is a very sensitive, kind, generous, lovely lady.
Yeah, definitely me.
She wears her heart on her sleeve. I tend to block things out and then build stuff up. Wanda is very much a heart on a sleeve person, and I think that makes Wanda the person she is.
Most crazy. I think we have our moments. I have a moment of craziness. All of a sudden he has a moment of craziness. I think we can be crazy together.
Well, that depends. Depends on the situation. Wanda can be absolutely fruitcake nuts, as can I.
We have random things happen and we have a laugh about it. Yeah, he's crazy sometimes, I'm crazy, or it's together, I'd say.
Life's taken a little bit of a toll on both of us, so we don't do as many. I mean, when we first got together, there's a video of me on the tube in London, absolutely off my tits. But we both have our moments. I would go for the sheer nonsense that sometimes comes out of Wanda's mouth. I'm going to go with Wanda.
Loudest, he's definitely the loudest. He's like foghorn.
That'll be me. Foghorn Leghorn.
Definitely. Especially when he's had a drink, he gets louder, his volume's very loud.
I can be her. If I was to stand on the Red Funnel Ferry, you could hear me for miles.
And you probably could hear him laughing down the road.
I'm just loud. I've developed a slight tinnitus in my ears. That hasn't helped me. If I have a couple of beers, I think no one can hear me, so I shout louder.
The girls often say, "Oh, we can hear you coming back," because Scott's talking.
You've probably seen on live streams where Wanda's telling me to quieten down a bit. Loud, I'm loud.
Yeah, he's definitely the loudest, 100%. Most stubborn. Oh, that's a difficult one.
Most stubborn. We both have stubborn natures. I'm going to say that's probably joint.
I think we can. I think he can be. I can be. I think we both can be, to be honest.
Edging towards me. But we both have a very, very stubborn nature about us that can be hard to navigate. I think it's a nice the nicest way to put it. But yeah, we both. I'd probably edge just in my way.
Um, Especially if we think we're right about something, that's it. We won't budge on it. We're a nightmare for that, I'd say. And it could go on for days, actually. And then we, in the end, we're like, it's just agree to disagree. So that's what we do. Falls asleep first. It depends. Mainly him.
Falls asleep first. Well, it isn't me.
Yeah, he reads his book. But I've been tired quite a lot lately, so I've been falling asleep, I think, before him because he's still reading his book. So it's kind of a bit of both again.
Let's put it that way. I read my Kindle before I go to bed to help me. I've suffered with insomnia for years, which answers that question straight away. And then to hear her gently snoring away next to me while I'm reading my Kindle is grounds for divorce.
Definitely me. Definitely me.
Well, that's Wanda. Wanda does the vast. I can cook. Um, I don't cook as much as I should.
Scott will cook here and there, but I do all the cooking, most of the cooking. But I do like doing a lot of pinching on recipes, so.
Wanda is a very good cook. She puts herself down a little bit with her cooking. The pinching on books and stuff she cooks from there is really good. And I mean this in the nicest possible way because it's meant as a compliment. Her cooking's come on leaps and bounds since I met her. I'm not taking any credit for that. That's nothing to do with me. But she's a really good cook now. As I think probably not from the videos because they all go calamitously wrong. But yeah, Wanda's a very good cook.
Best morning person. That's a difficult one. I need to have coffee in the morning.
Depends how much coffee we've got in the house.
I can be a little bit grumpy. I think we all are, aren't we?
I like to have 2 coffees before I even attempt the world.
He can be quite grumpy. If there's no milk, then he can be very grumpy. He has a bit of a strop.
So we get up, have a coffee. If I say the worst thing that happen is if I wake up and I say to Wanda, bad news, and she says, what's that? I was like, no coffee. And she's exactly the same. So I think probably best morning person is, I think it's probably we're both okay in the morning as long as we've both had coffee.
Yeah, he does have a strop. Most competitive? I think he is.
Probably me.
More competitive than. Yeah, doesn't like to be beat by me. It's quite amusing, actually.
I like to win. I like to win at things. I'm not great at losing. I'm gonna say I've got better. She's gonna. I haven't. I'm not sure what about Wanda winning. I can't say it would be Wanda. That's definitely me.
First thing Scott would grab, I think. That's meant to be. Definitely his phone.
First thing Wanda would grab in a fire, her children. She would grab her children.
He lives on that thing. His phone. Never leaves his side. Definitely his phone.
I'd grab probably my phone.
I would grab the kids and obviously Scott as well. Well, try and wake them all up and get them all out. That would be me, but it would be definitely his phone and then us. Definitely his phone. 3 words. Oh, and a beer. If there's beer, I'll probably grab that too. 3 words to describe your partner. Oh God, depends what day it is. Depends what's going on as well. When it's a good day.
3 words to describe your partner. 3 words to describe Wanda.
He can be loving.
Kind.
He thinks of others.
Generous.
And he will be generous. There's quite a lot of when it's a good day.
And beautiful.
But if we had a falling out, I can think of lots of words to describe him, but I shouldn't say it on here, to be fair. And I'm not allowed to swear. And I don't want to swear. But yeah, yeah. Yeah, when it's all good, then yeah.